Okay, so let's move on to the US data points to keep an eye on today.
So it's quite a Spartan US data page today, but there's one thing on there that sort of stands out, and that's the FOMC minutes, which won't actually be released until 2 o'clock New York time, so 7 o'clock here in London. And obviously the question the market has in mind is whether the Fed is going to raise or not raise rates. There's mixed messages to my mind.
Yep.
Charles Evans was speaking, who's the Chicago Fed boss, was speaking again in Munich today, and he said what he said basically on Monday, that inflation is way off the 2% target. He doesn't see any great rush to raise rates.
Yep.
He also said he felt that 5% wasn't necessarily the natural rate of unemployment in the US, and it could dip below that. We've got other people who are calling for. I mean, the San Francisco Fed put out a note yesterday saying that they thought rates could rise earlier because they thought GDP would be revised up. So you've got different parts of the Federal Reserve Committee saying different things. Going through the minutes line by line is what some people will be doing. Markets can read into what they will. I think at the moment the Fed's trying to please all of the people all of the time, and I think we need to perhaps wait till Janet Yellen speaks on Friday and read these minutes in conjunction to see what they're really saying. And then a figure that's been overlooked really for the last couple of months, and that's crude oil inventories.
And that's a weekly data point on a Wednesday, isn't it?
It is, yep. It's the measure of the backlog, if you will, of barrels of oil that there are in the United States. But it is weekly, and it has been overshadowed really in recent times by both the price of oil and by measures such as the Baker Hughes oil rig count, which have tended to be more in the limelight. Nonetheless, it's probably worth having a look at this number today. So we're looking for a decline of just over 1 million barrels of oil today, versus a decline of around 2.2 million barrels last week. The price of oil rising, production potentially slowing down, or having slowed down slightly in the US. It wouldn't surprise me to see a bit of a drawdown, but let's see what the number brings. It could easily go the other way too.
Understood.